Hi there, you are watching Digital Trends coverage of CES 2018 live from Las Vegas, and we are talking tech all day long. And to do that, I've got a little bit of help with me. Hi, I'm Maud Garrett, but this here is Jeremy Kaplan, who is the editor-in-chief of Digital Trends. Hey, Jeremy.
Here at CES 2018, the sweetest smelling gadget show in the world. You heard it here first.
I had to check. But it doesn't smell bad, so I'll take your word for it. There you go. We're going to talk all things Comcast here, and to do that, we do have someone from Comcast. It's the GM and SVP, General Manager and Senior Vice President of Xfinity Home and Comcast. Hi there, Daniel.
Hello, hello.
Herscovici.
Herscovici.
There we go.
Hi. Thank you for joining us, by the way, taking some time out of your busy CES to chat to us about Comcast. What is happening this year?
Big announcement today that Comcast is giving away IoT. So we are, I know, sounds shocking, but 15 million customers will have their wireless gateways turned into an IoT hub at no additional cost. So we are taking advantage of some of our recent acquisitions with Stringify in September and iControl back in February. We are integrating those kernels into our gateway software, and our advanced cable customers will have an IoT hub in their home.
So hang on, so step back a second.
Yeah.
So there are, I don't know, 20,000 companies here selling little devices for $50, $100, whatever, that are home gateways, that are access points, that are IoT things. And you're saying, rather than buying one of those, you can just turn to your Comcast cable box and your system, you've already got it?
That's exactly right. So look, it's a pretty good deal. Customers, 80, 90% of our customers lease a gateway from us. Instead of going to your local consumer electronics store and buying a gateway off the shelf for several $100s, they're leasing a gateway from us for around $10 a month. That gateway comes with a bunch of features. It obviously provides whole home Wi-Fi and gigabit speed internet, but now it's going to be your IoT hub.
The less really is more now.
Yes.
You had to think about it.
I had to think about that for a second.
So do you guys, because you're the hub, you're also managing a lot of the devices? Or are you just providing access to devices?
We are, so connecting to the hub provides control, automation, and scene. So you can, and it's also interesting because not only is it just a hub that you can, and with software you can access on your mobile, but it integrates with our video platform. So you could use the Comcast video remote and say things like "Good night, Xfinity," and if you've got that routine set up and you've got your devices connected, it would turn down the temperature, shut off the lights, turn off the TV, or if you say "Goodbye, Xfinity," it would arm your system if you have home security. So we're looking to sort of drive smart home adoption to the masses.
What I find fascinating about this is, here at CES we talk all the time about this beautiful, perfect world that we're all going to live in someday, where all of these gadgets that we're seeing work seamlessly and flawlessly together. And the reality is, they don't always do that. The August smart lock doesn't necessarily work with your Nest, which doesn't work with your dishwasher, and you've got something else over here, and these things promise to work together, and they don't actually do so. And part of the challenge, I think, for ordinary consumers is, I bought this and then it doesn't work and I don't know what to do about it. And you guys sort of fill in the gaps there and just seamlessly make everything work.
So yeah, so it's a unifying platform that all these devices work on. We support, now hundreds of devices within our platform, essentially all the most popular devices in IoT, and it all works with a common user interface, a common rules engine, a common way to interact with them generally. Lights turn on the same way, whether it's a Philips Hue light bulb or a Singlid light bulb or a Lutron light system. The interface to your lighting system is the same. The interface into your garage door opener is the same. The interface to your thermostat is the same. So even if you decided that your main living room has a Nest thermostat and your upstairs bedroom has a Carrier core, that interface, you don't have to decide on and learn new interfaces and how to program and control them.
I feel like that's the biggest thing with tech, is that loyalty is supposed to pay off, and so when you have the same brand for everything, that's when it works simultaneously and most conveniently. But it sounds like, yeah, you are catering for the everyday person that doesn't buy everything at once, that actually does have a multitude of different appliances, different products.
And I know here at CES we all, everybody here has gadgets in their home, but when you think about the mass market appeal for smart home. You think about the scale at which Comcast operates. This is 15 million households that will have the ability to have a smart home in their house. And we could do interesting things like introduce these mass market consumers to IoT in an inexpensive way. Along with your video service, we could perhaps package in a camera. There's a lot of opportunity now that this hub exists to introduce IoT in new and unique ways to the mass market.
I've got a Dreamer here in the comments because we are streaming live at the moment, and then we've got YouTubers commenting in. I think Dreamer is dreaming big here and wants to know, is Comcast bringing 4K DVRs and Atmos? Are we looking at the big picture here?
Well, so yes, so we are bringing 4K, although that is, yes, we are bringing 4K Atmos to the
I think it's going to take a while for a lot of companies to get
the content following will be interesting, but the capabilities are there.
There you go,
with our
Dreamer.
next-gen set-top box.
You ask the question, you get the answers here.
So I think this is fascinating. I think the concept of you guys doing this is really intriguing because you flip a button and all of a sudden everyone has this access. But so if I'm a Comcast subscriber, how do I know that this has happened? Is there some broadcast message that goes out, or is there some marketing campaign that I'm unaware of?
So there'll be typical ways you learn about new and interesting features via typical digital channels. The most interesting opportunity, I think, will be via the TV. So you know, asking consumers to try new things as they're using the voice remote. So just to kind of give a perspective on our voice capability, we've got 18 million voice remotes deployed across the country amongst our customers. We have 500 million voice utterances a month. Right? So people are interacting with our voice remote in an active way, mostly using it to control their TV. But they learn quickly, hey, try, you know, see what happens when you say Xfinity home cameras, your cameras pop up on your TV. See what happens when you say it's cold in here, your thermostat controls pop up on your TV. It's a great discovery mechanism and a way to introduce them to capabilities. So if they're learning about, if they're interacting with their voice remote, it's very easy to say, teach me about the smart home, and maybe a 30-second spot will show up and tell you about
It's like technology tutorials.
Yeah, which is great. I find this whole thing really fascinating, and the concept of this voice remote as well is just incredibly useful. Most of us walk around with our smartphones, we keep them by our bedside, they're in the bathroom with us, but it might actually be more useful to walk around with your TV remote control if it suddenly has all this power. I
can tell you, I have an 8-year-old daughter, my 12-year-old son, they do not navigate to channels the way I do or anybody else do. They are speaking to the remote and asking for the content they want, and that content is appearing and displaying. And they're discovering new content that way as well. It's actually fascinating.
I wish I had access to this. I have Verizon at home. It doesn't have any of these features. I think they're fantastic.
I've got a comment here actually from Dax Jacobson. You were saying that the majority of your customers will rent out the hardware there, or the modem. He actually bought his own modem, so he wants to know, could anyone from Comcast actually opt out of that feature if they wish to?
Opt out of leasing their gateway?
Or for getting it for free, or the IoT, or all that kind of stuff.
You could, let's break that apart. So you can choose to lease your gateway or not, and if you choose to purchase a gateway, this capability is not included because you have your own wireless gateway in the home.
Yep.
If you decide not to use the IoT Hub, that's perfectly fine as well. You can definitely opt out.
Okay, there you go. Dax, I hope that helps. Yeah.
So one other question for you. So in essence, you're taking the television and making that the access point or the interface to a lot of your IoT stuff. So
it's true. So that's a really, really great point. I mean, the biggest screen in the household, the thing that's normally used to consume media is now going to be used to control and manage your household. So we're slowly blurring the lines between media consumption and home automation and control.
Which makes sense because a lot of these devices with these tiny little screens like yay big, it's hard to access features and functions and see things even.
Sure, and also the screen is a great interaction for voice. So many times you're asking things of the remote that don't naturally aren't natural sort of to read back to you over a speaker. It's more natural for it to appear on the screen, especially when you're asking for lists of items or options, or for example, turning up the temperature on a thermostat or viewing your cameras.
Sure.
I don't know if the speaker could describe what's happening in your driveway versus just showing it on the TV.
Do you have any stats? I don't want to put you on the spot here, but do you have stats about how pervasive voice control really is? You mentioned the number of voice interactions you use.
Yeah, I mean, so we're seeing 500 million a month. So 500 million utterances, commands into our voice remote a month out of our 25 million customers.
It all comes down to how
18 million have a voice remote. That's kind of the stats that.
But it all comes down to how accurate it is. I have several interactions with Alexa every day because I have to keep repeating the same thing because it didn't actually recognize what I was trying to ask of it.
Fair enough. I mean, so you
Try
have
having
to,
an accent.
You have to use our remote. It's phenomenal. The discovery and the text-to-speech mechanism is fantastic.
So we're talking about what's happening in 2018. What's happening for the future? Where is Xfinity going?
So if you think about, in the smart home industry, we think about our portfolio in 3 buckets. The first is, well, let's take a step back. If you think about the home, there's 5 experiences that matter in IoT. There's peace of mind, which is home security, home automation, home security and sort of access control, door locks, doorbells, garage door openers, things that allow you to see who's coming and going in your home, things that provide you comfort. There's energy savings, right? So this is everything from thermostat control to solar to battery to sprinkler control, all the things that help you reduce your expense associated with water, gas, and electric. There's entertainment. So this is music and video, but it's also shade control and lighting control and ways to make your entertainment experience better. There's health and wellness. This is everything from, obviously, we were just talking about how many steps at CES, and I think you're at 16,000 or some obscene number, to aging in place and ways to allow people like my grandmother to sort of extend their stay at home before having to go into a more assisted living community. And then last is the smart kitchen, and we're seeing a lot of that at CES. So instead of thinking about devices, instead of thinking about specific point solutions, think about experiences in those space. Think about the peace of mind experience and all the things you can do, the health and wellness experience. And so as you move forward, you'll see Comcast venturing. Right now our focus is peace of mind and security. You'll see us venturing well past that. You'll see us looking at health and wellness, looking at energy, looking at these other spaces in a deeper way.
That's amazing. Daniel, thank you so much for sharing all about the Xfinity and Comcast and what you've been up to at CES for 2018. Really appreciate you stopping by because I know you're a busy man.
My pleasure.
The stream is going to continue. If you are watching live, don't go anywhere because we're going to be chatting with Qualcomm because it's all about this Snapdragon. You'll be learning more about that one soon.